Okay, so we are on to day 2 of 3.7. So our whole goal over 3.7 was to solve systems of equations by graphing. So we've reviewed how to graph, we've reviewed how to solve for y. So today we're going to combine those. So our steps are the same as before when we did day 1. We're going to graph both lines on the same plane. Now here's what's super important that we're going to add today. We are going to, bring that back. We are going to make sure that our equations are in y equals mx plus b. Okay, that's the same thing as solving for y. So we're going to find the point xy of intersections where they cross after we graph. Okay, so our whole goal here is to get our equations into y equals. Okay, so we're solving for y, for example 1. And before we drew these lines to separate, here we go. We want it to be y equals on the left. So we're going to have to move this negative 2x to the right. And we're using the inverse operation. So this is a negative 2. So we are going to add 2x to the other side. Okay, and if we rewrite this, we're going to go all the way down here. We're going to get y left over. And it'll be y equals that positive 2x minus 4. Okay, so I just moved that 2x over by adding it. Notice that we did not divide by 2. Okay, we want all of the x's to move to the other side. So looking at our second equation here, that's a positive x. It needs to be moved to the right. So we're going to subtract x. And we are going to get y equals negative x minus 1. Okay, from here, all we're going to do is graph. So we've talked about this before. What is our m here? It is 2. And what is our b? It is negative 4. So we're going to plot that negative 4 first. And then we're going to go up 2, 1, 2, right 1. Up 2, 1, 2, right 1. Up 2, right 1, just like that. Okay, and you can do a couple or a few, but 3 dots is what I'd like us to do. Now we're going to the right one. Our slope, or m, is negative 1. Don't forget that hidden 1, and b is also negative 1. So we're going to come down here to negative 1 and plot our point. And because it's negative, we're going down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1. And where do they intersect? They intersect right here. So we're going to look at our x value, which is 1, our y value, which is negative 2. And that is going to be our answer. 1, negative 2. Okay, so go ahead and pause this video and work on number 2. Okay, just remember, we're moving all of the x's over and then graphing. Next page. We're scrolling down. You have to have number 2 filled in for me to give you credit for finishing this video. Just do your best. So now we're going to solve for y again. We want that y equals, Alright, so we still need y by itself for number 3. There's no x to move. It's already over there on the right. So now we just have to divide by 2. And when we divide by 2, we divide the negative 8 and 6. And we get negative 8 divided by 2 is negative 4x. And 6 divided by 2 is a positive 3. Okay, now let's go to the other side. We have to divide by negative 3 on both sides because we want to get it away from the y. Negative 3 divided by negative 3 is just 1. So we're going to write x. And then 6 divided by negative 3, that's negative 2. So we're going to put minus 2. Okay, now we're just going to find m, which is negative 4, and any whole number is over 1. And b is a positive 3. So on the y-axis, we're going up to 3, plotting our point, and it's negative 4, so we're going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, and right 1. Down 1, 2, 3, 4, and right 1. Now we're going to do the other one where m is that hidden 1. So we're going to do 1 over 1. And b is negative 2. So we're going down to negative 2 and plotting our point. Then we're going up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. And we're going to look for that intersection right here. And our values are 1 and negative 1. Our x value is on top. It's the first one, that's 1, and the y is second, which is negative 1. Okay, so I want you to do number 4 on your own. Set it up so that you can do a y equals at the end. And I want you to tell me, what is m, our slope, and what is b? What is m, our slope, and what is b? Okay, and don't forget to give me where they intersect. Alright, now for the most difficult ones that we're going to have. And that will be these last two. Now this is going to be 2-step equations to solve. So this will be a little bit trickier. So like the first question, we need to move that whole x over, so that's positive 4x, so we're doing the opposite. We're going to get those taken away. We'll have negative 4y on the left equals negative 4x minus 8. Then we'll divide by negative 4, divide by negative 4, and divide by negative 4. And we will get y equals negative 4 divided by negative 4. Here is 1, so we'll get x. Negative 8 divided by negative 4 is a positive 2. Okay. So if you need to pause, write this down, pause it. I'm going to erase some so I can do the other equation. Okay, I'm going to rewrite this. Alright, so again, we got to move that positive 4x over, so we are subtracting 4x on both sides. We're going to get 3y equals negative 4x minus 15. Now we divide by 3. So we're getting y by itself. Now, negative 4 divided by 3, that's just an improper fraction. That can't be simplified. That doesn't become 1 or 2. We're going to leave it alone. Remember, slope, we can have fractions. Now we're just doing negative 15 divided by 3, and that's minus 3. Let's talk about our slopes and our y-intercepts here. This is that hidden 1, so 1 over 1, and then b is 2. So here we go, we're going to plot at 2 on the y-axis. We're going up 1 over 1, And if we're reversing the direction, we would go down one, left one. So here we go. The other one, our M is -4/3, and our B is -3. So we're going to go down a little bit, go to -3. And this is that tricky point. If we go down 4 and right 3, we are off the grid. So we have to do the reverse. So instead of, let's write it right here, down and right, we're going to go up and left. Okay, you're just reversing it. So we're going up 1, 2, 3, 4, and left 1, 2, 3. Up 1, 2, 3, 4, and left 1, 2, 3. It's off the map. Ooh. Okay, it looks like if we continue this down 1, left 1, we connect right there. And our point of intersection is right here at -4. And y is 0. Anything on this line right here is 0 for y. Okay, so I want you to do number 6. All you're doing is solving for y, eventually getting a y equals, and telling me M and B. Okay, all right, we'll talk about this in class.